Well, if you were wondering whether the London Paralympics had a lasting legacy, then today may have given you the answer. On the anniversary of the opening ceremony, disabled protesters staged a demonstration about Crossrail. They're angry that despite the billions being spent on the scheme, 7 of the 38 stations won't be fully accessible by wheelchair. Glenn Goodman reports.
There's a battle with Crossrail, whoa, anger in our sights.
The battles of Martin Luther King were 50 years ago, but his tradition lives on.
Fight for our civil rights.
And this is nothing less than a major civil rights issue for these disability protesters. They'll have access to 31 Crossrail stations, but they feel excluded from the other 7 stations by the lack of access, and that for them is simply not acceptable.
It's public transport and we want it to be public for everybody, especially at a time when the government is pushing to get more and more disabled people out into the workplace. How would you feel if you had to go to work and you were told, well, if you can't get on the station near you, then get a cab to the next station that might be accessible? You wouldn't accept that, so why should we?
The Crossrail stations not currently slated for full step-free access are Taplow in the west, and then Langley, Ivor and Hanwell, and then on the other side of London in the east, Maryland, Manor Park and Seven Kings. Chunilal Jobanputra used to work for London Transport as a bus driver until he was viciously attacked by a man at a bus stop. He has been a wheelchair user ever since and now feels excluded from the transport system he used to be part of.
They can do it if they wanted it, they can do it everything, provided if they want to do it. We should be accessible fully rather than 7 stations. Why 7 stations should be stopped?
As ever, it's the money. The 7 stations would need major modifications and the cost would run into tens of millions. Transport for London told us that their aim is to make the whole Crossrail route accessible. At the moment, they have plans for 31 out of the 38 stations to have step-free access. They say they're also looking at the other 7 stations and considering various funding options and practical solutions. On the first anniversary of the Paralympic opening ceremony, these protesters say they want a true legacy, a legacy of equality. Glenn Goodman, ITV News, Canary Wharf.
Video footage